All right, hello, welcome back. Here's a quick standing series for primarily for my prenatal yoga fitness group, but really it's good for anybody. We're going to do a lot of standing work. This is really great functional movement because as your baby grows and as your belly grows, we need to develop more strength and stability in the lower body. So to start, I'm just going to have you do a little bit of a prance. So you're going to bend one knee, lifting that heel, and just take a little bit of movement in the ankles, in the knees, and in the hips. Go for about 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to take it into our trains. Your feet are going to be about hip distance apart. You might want to be near a wall or you could have a chair nearby just for a little bit of balance. You're going to start by bending the knees, then lift the heels. Straighten the knees, lower the heels. Bend, lift the heels, stretch, lower the heels. 2 more this direction. Lift, lengthen, and lower. Last, bend, lift, lengthen, and lower. Reverse. Lift the heels first. Keep them lifted as the knees bend. Set the heels back down. Stretch the legs. Lift, bend, lower, straighten. Lift, bend, lower, and stretch. 2 more. Lift, bend, lower, lengthen. Last, lift, bend, lower, and stretch. Separate the feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. You're going to take a nice bend in the knees, sticking your seat out, hands rest on your thighs. As you breathe in, lift the head, lift the tail. As you exhale, flex through the spine. So it's a standing cat-cow. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, curling everything under. We'll do 2 more. Inhaling into your cow pose and exhale into cat. Inhaling into cow and exhale, flex to cat. Find the middle ground, stretch everything up, keeping the feet a little wider than hip distance, maybe about shoulder distance apart. Hands can be at the hips or out in front of you for some squats. You're going to sit down and back and stretch back up. Think about the seat moving behind you, keeping the knees ever so slightly behind the toes. So you don't want to take it all into the knees. You want to really find a fold at the hip crease and at the knee joint. 4 more. Every time you stand up, I want you to think about the pelvic floor lifting and the deep belly muscles, giving that little bit of support to the spine and to the pelvis. 2 more times here. Now you're going to lift the right heel. Let there be a bend in that knee. You're going to take a bend in the left knee. Straighten the left knee. That right leg stays bent. Coming down and up. Exhale, breathe in as you sit down and back. Exhale as you come up. That lift of the right heel just takes a little bit different load into the legs. 2 more. Blowing the air out, set the right heel down, lift the left heel up, keeping a slight bend in that left knee. You're going to sit down and back, stand it up. Sit down and back. Stand it up. Keep going. Two more. Last one. Set that heel down. Shake it out. If you're against your wall, you might want the hand on the wall again. You're going to step the outside foot forward and the inside foot back. So we're finding our split squat stance. Hand can lightly find the wall here. Bend both knees and straighten. Bend and stretch. The back heel gets to stay lifted. We're really working again into hips, knees, and ankles. building strength, and just as importantly, you're keeping the circulation that can help decrease any swelling, especially in the ankles. 2 more. Last one. Then, so you can keep the wall for support, you're going to turn towards it. Keep turning until the opposite hand is on the wall, other foot is forward, and split squat. Keeping a light touch on the wall, keeping as equal weight on both feet as you can. Last 3, and 2, 1 more. Good, turn toward the wall again. Place both hands on the wall a little bit below shoulder height. You're gonna step your feet together and walk your feet back until you're at an angle that provides a little bit of challenge. So it's like a plank with less weight, less load on the wrists. You can hold your plank here or take it into a push-up. Breathe in as you lower toward the wall. Breathe out as you push away. Use those exhales to think about the pelvic floor and the deep belly muscles. We'll do 3 more. And 2. 1 more. Then you can plant the feet, step back a little further. It's like a downward facing dog, but again against the wall, so it takes some of the load out of the shoulders and the wrists, especially as you've got more weight than you're used to holding up in a down dog. 1 more breath here. Gently stack the spine, walk the feet back in. Find a wide stance. Toes turned out, heels turned in. Hands can be at the hips again, they could just be down. If it feels good to have them in front of you, that works too. We're gonna come down, big squat, stand it up. Think about the knees spreading wide as you bend and stretch back up. Exhale on the way up for 3 and 2. Think of pulling up on the kneecaps. 1 more. This time, bring it down and hold. All you're gonna do is hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the right heel, set it down. Lift the left heel, set it down. Keep going, alternating sides, working into those ankles. Lift and lower, lift and lower. 2 more sets. Last time like that. Plant through the heels, stand all the way up, then sit right back down. If it felt like enough challenge to alternate, feel free to stick with that. If you've got a little more to give, try lifting both heels. Set them down. Lift and lower for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set down the heels, stretch it up, shake it out a little bit. Take a couple nice deep breaths. And then we're gonna bring it down to that squat again. Heels can stay low, and you're just gonna rock a little bit side to side. If this causes any discomfort in the pelvis, particularly in the pubic bone, take out the rocking. You can just hold or go back to down and up, nice steady squats. All right, if it feels available, you're gonna start adding a little bit of a circle. So you'll go kind of left, up, right, down, all the way through for 3 and 2 and 1. Then you're gonna switch the direction. Hard work for the body, harder work for the brain when we switch that circle. 2 more. And pause at the top. Bring the feet a little bit closer together here. We're going to take it back to that prance that we started with. And you can add a little bit of a bounce. You can let the arms swing. This should feel pretty good. A nice way to release all of that tension that we brought into the body. And just bounce for another 8. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, float the arms down. Shake it out, and you're done.